Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope both of you are doing really well. And we're going to discuss the AFCON group stage draw. And we got some very good matchups to talk about. So before we get into all that amazing stuff though, please do like and share the video. And if you like my videos in general, please subscribe to the channel as well. And let's get into it. So it's Group A. It is the host and probably one of the tournament's favourites. Ivory Coast, Nigeria, Equatorial Guinea and Guinea-Bissau. That is going to be a very tight group, I think, already. Guinea-Bissau will definitely push Nigeria in this group. And Ivory Coast, they have beaten Nigeria in qualifiers already. So there are not going to be any slouches in this group. Equatorial Guinea, they did very well in qualifiers. They were very close to top of the group against Tunisia, but they drew in the last match day. They had a very good AFCON last time around where they made the quarterfinals. So definitely another team that's going to be a very fun team to watch out in this group. I think they will trouble the likes of Nigeria and Ivory Coast. And talking about the two giants of African football, Nigeria, Ivory Coast, both nations will look to top this group. I think personally, in Nigeria's case, they got an amazing strike force. While Ivory Coast, they got a very good squad assembled here for them to do well at this AFCON. Personally, for an early prediction though, I think Guinea-Bissau will still finish bottom of the group. I just think the other three teams are better. Equatorial Guinea will finish third and probably be one of the best third place side to make it out of this group. I think Nigeria probably comes second and Ivory Coast, in my opinion, will top this group and will go into the knockouts with Nigeria and of course Equatorial Guinea. Anyway, we move now to Group B. So we got Egypt, Ghana, Cape Verde and Mozambique. Mozambique got a very good qualifying campaign done where they were very good to watch. I thought they had a very talented team. They played with a lot of charisma. They played a lot in possession. A very good team. I think they will be a team that will trouble at least Cape Verde for sure. And I think that's why Cape Verde might not make it out of this group. And so about Cape Verde beat Burkina Faso. Did very well, but then couldn't quite top the group. But I think Cape Verde, we saw the last AFCON what they can do, and that's going to be the crucial bit. If Cape Verde, I think the likes of Cabral, who's going to be very important for them to do well in this competition. I think Cape Verde, look, they're a good team, and I think they will cause problems to teams, but it's going to be difficult for them to pip the first two teams, be it Ghana, be it Egypt. I think Egypt and Eritrea have been changing their style very nicely. I like what I see from Eritria's side. They play a high pressing possession based style of play. For Ghana, loads of talent, but I just don't trust Chris Hughton. I just don't think he's that good, and I think he could be someone that could have the handbrakes on and leaving Ghana short in those big games. Now Chris Hughton, I think realistically quarterfinals is a minimum for Ghana. They have to get to the quarters, in my opinion, for them to really consider this tournament a success. But I think they should be fine in this group. I think they will probably beat both Mozambique and Cape Verde. But I definitely do not think Ghana are going to have it all sailing in this group. I think Cape Verde on their day could easily beat them. And I think Egypt firstly should be fine in this group in first position. So early predictions, I think Mozambique will come last. I think Cape Verde will come in third. But I think Cape Verde will miss out on qualification. I'm going to go Ghana. I am going to go Egypt for now. We move to Group C, and it is the best group that we got to talk about on here. A fantastic group, as we got the group of death here. We got Senegal, we got Cameroon, you got Guinea, and you got the Gambia. A very fantastic group. You could have many orders this group could go in. You could have maybe Cameroon topping the group, Senegal in second, or maybe Cameroon get dragged into a fight for third. It's going to be very interesting. I like all the teams in this group. I think Senegal, defending African champions, so they want to do well in this competition. Especially, I think there's strong rumours that Aliou Cissé say this could be his last tournament as the Senegalese coach. I think they would want him to go on a high. Personally, Cameroon, I have my reservations. I think they got some very good, talented attackers. But the midfield and the defence lets me a lot to be desired about. Andre Onana's form is going to be crucial. Christopher Ruth's, the centre-back form, is going to be absolutely important for Cameroon to do well at competition. Their fullbacks, I'm not quite sure. And the main obstacle I have with this Cameroonian side is Rigobert Song. They struggled against Burundi. They struggled against Namibia. They did not even manage a single win. So Cameroon will definitely need to improve very quickly if they're going to make it out of this group. You got Guinea, who were in each qualifying group and were quite impressive. I thought Guinea, Kiara Diawara, the coach, he's been there for a long while. They got some very good players. And Senegal last time did play Guinea, and Guinea came second. Senegal was a 0-0. So I definitely think Guinea will push their weight in this group. And they got, of course, Seruru Gurasi, who has scored a mammoth 13 goals in just 7 games. So you have to give a lot of credit to that factor. And I think Guinea could be a very, very good team to watch out. And then we got to talk about, finally, Africa's biggest rising nation, in my opinion, the Gambia. The Gambia, they had to make the initial qualifying rounds to get to this stage. And now they're going to try their muscle out against the big boys. And they lost to Cameroon last time around in the quarterfinals. And the Gambia team, look, I like the talent they got. They got Minetti, who plays football for Feyenoord. They got Adama Bojang, who I think very, very soon will be in this Gambia team. They've got some very other talented under-20 players who were fantastic for their under-20 setup at the under-20 World Cup this summer. So I think Gambia will definitely be a team to watch out. Now, personally, here's my surprise shock prediction. At the moment, as things stand, this is my prediction. I think it's going to be Senegal in first. I think it is going to be Gambia in second. I think Gambia are going to shock the whole of Africa and going to go second position. I think Cameroon will come third. I think they'll beat Guinea, probably sneak in as one of those best third place sides. And then I think it will be Guinea. I think it's a harsh draw for Guinea. Very, very harsh draw against Senegal, Cameroon, who can turn it on. We saw that what they did against Burundi in that second half. Especially once the door opened, Cameroon just went in. So I think that's going to be very, very important. For Guinea, look, I think if they can get one win, maybe one draw against the likes of Senegal or Cameroon like they did at last AFCON, they can qualify. But I just don't see it at the moment. And for Cameroon's case, I just don't think they're quite good enough. I think they've got a lot of attacking firepower, but I think the Gambia are a very, very good team defensively, and they got their own threat on the counter-attack, which can easily hurt this Cameroon side. Senegal is Senegal. I personally do think Senegal will be fine in this group. They got just too much for the other sides. We move to Group D, and we got Algeria, Burkina Faso, Mauritania, Angola. This is going to be a very interesting group. Algeria, 2019 winners, have been on a steady rise back to the top. Belmadi stayed on despite that failure at the last AFCON and not qualifying for the World Cup, but they have gotten a lot of new nationals. Reino Nori's there, Awar's there, Yassin Adli's meant to be there, I mean Green's going to be there, so they do have a lot of firepower. It's just going to be up to Belmadi to pick the right players, use them at the right time. He does have his favourites, like we saw in the recent squad against Tanzania. He has some players who I don't think deserve to be in the squad. So I think that's something that's going to have to look at. But personally, come on, Algeria, I think they want to make a statement in this AFCON. I think beating someone like a Burkina Faso, beating someone like an Angola is a statement. Angola and Burkina Faso will definitely be pushing in this group. Come on, Burkina Faso. Burkina Faso haven't really impressed me recently. They lost to Cape Verde. They lost to Morocco. And I just think something's not quite clicking with Burkina Faso at the moment. I watched their game against Togo as well in the qualifiers. They weren't impressive, you know. Now, of course, they got talent. You got Ouattara, you got Bertrand Traoré, you got Kabore, a right back who's a very, very talented player. You got Tabalosas at the back. So they do have some good pieces. And I think they should be fine in this group. Mauritania knocked out Gabon. So Gabon will not be at the AFCON. Mauritania are here. And Mauritania could get a result against Angola. But I just think at the moment Angola are a slightly better team. But it's going to be a different challenge for the Portuguese-born Angolan team, who's going to be playing their first AFCON in a while. Mauritania, though, they have made the last 2 or 3 AFCONs, but have never been able to get out of the group. For my early prediction, this will continue. I think Mauritania will finish last. I think Angola will come third. I think Burkina Faso will be second. Algeria top this group. We move to Group E, and this could be another interesting group. We could have a 3-way fight here. And we've got Namibia, South Africa, Mali, and Tunisia. So Tunisia and Mali, we all know what happened last time around at the last AFCON, where the referee decided to blow the whistle 5 minutes before the actual full time. And it was a controversial game. Do I think Tunisia are better from that AFCON? I would say so. I think they got some very good players. At that AFCON, they were very, very lucky that the third place rule existed. Otherwise, they would have went out comfortably. Then they beat Nigeria. and then they lost to Burkina Faso. So Tunisia will definitely need to improve this time around. I think they got a squad to do it. I think they're always there or thereabouts. I think they probably need some firepower. They got some players who haven't been selected for the squad this term, for this October window, which I think should have been, as they are currently losing at least 3-0 to South Korea at the time of recording, in a very poor performance from Tunisia. But I think come AFCON they should be fine. You got Mali, who have been the rising nation of Africa, and they are a very, very good youth setup in Mali. A very good team in general, Mali. They will push Tunisia for sure. I think Mali, this should be their AFCON. I think Mali, they need to make it, they need to be the Burkina Faso of 2021. They need to at least go far in this tournament. Quarterfinals is a minimum for the Mali team. Then you got South Africa, who's back after a while, and South Africa with Hugo Broos in charge, Lyle Forster up front, are going to be a threat in this group. They can definitely nick points, especially if they play that good defensive football, with of course hitting the team on the counter. And then you got Namibia, who did beat Cameroon. So they are of course going to be a threat. But personally, for my predictions, I would say Namibia come last. I think their result against Cameroon was just probably a one-off. I think they're just going to be, the quality between them and the other three teams just too much. South Africa will come third, and I think South Africa will be joining Tunisia in second. In my opinion, Tunisia will not come first. This is my shock. And Mali will top Group A. Tunisia will be in second, in my opinion, and I think South Africa will be the team that will go through to the next round with best third place sides. We got the last group. We got probably one of the best teams in African football in Morocco. DR Congo, they're back after a while. Got Aram Grant, Zambia, and then you got Tanzania. Tanzania, I think they're going to find it very difficult in this group. I think it's going to be a long group for the group stage for them. I think it's most likely going to be 3 losses. Zambia under Aram Grant showed improvement. You got Sakala, you got Dhaka, who seem to be going very, very nicely. The synergies building very, very nicely. And you got Aram Grant, someone who knows African football. So I definitely do think they'll do well in this tournament. DR Congo, I thought they have shown positive signs under their new coach. They will be a pain for Morocco for sure. They keep defensively things very, very tight and look for their moments on the counter where they're going to have Bakambu. You're going to have, of course, Jon Vissa, many other players in the TRC team that are very, very good. But, of course, the top dog in Africa at the moment is Morocco. Morocco should be in this group. They should be getting 9 points out of 9. I remember Ragli's statement before, I think it was the quarterfinals of the World Cup, and he said we need to become the kings of Africa before we think about becoming the kings of the world. So I think Morocco need to improve. I think I've not been impressed with their performances against African opposition. They lack that bit of quality to break down low blocks, but I think at AFCON, the unity of the team should get them through. Prediction time. So I think it's going to be Tanzania in fourth. I think it's going to be Zambia in third. I think them and DRC very difficult. I think it's going to be a draw between those two. DRC in second, Morocco in first. Let's talk about some of the matchups that I'm really excited to watch out. I think Mali v Tunisia, that's going to be a very, very even game, very good game for both sides. I think they'll test each other very, very well. You got, of course, Algeria take on Burkina Faso. I think that's going to be another good game in the group stage. I think Burkina Faso will definitely test out this new look Algeria team. Of course, in Group C, you got Senegal and Cameroon play each other. I think that's going to be a cracking game. A great advert, hopefully, for African football. You got 2 chances for Africa. I saw a report, apparently they're friendly, that Senegal and Cameroon that were meant to play against each other could be cancelled. So that's something there. You got Egypt versus Ghana. I think that's going to be a very interesting watch. Of course, Chris Hughton versus Victoria. It's going to be mostly attack versus defense. And of course, in Group A, we got Ivory Coast v Nigeria. Beautiful AFCON coming up in January. And there's going to be loads of firecrackers going off in this group stage. And we will, I'm sure, be seeing some shocks in the group phase as well. Anyway, this was my AFCON 2023 draw review. If you like the video, please do like and share the video. If you like my videos in general, please subscribe to the channel as well. Leave me opinions in the comments down below as well. And I hope to see you guys later for another video.